Hey there, digital dynamos and screen time superstars. Welcome to our 7-day digital detox challenge. I'm your guide on this journey from pixels to people, from Wi-Fi to why not, and from FaceTime to actual faces. Before we dive in, let's talk about why we're here. Did you know that the average person spends over 4 hours a day on their smartphone? That's 60 days a year. Imagine what you could do with 60 extra days. Learn a language, write a book, or maybe just remember what your family looks like without a blue light filter. But don't panic. We're not asking you to go full Amish. This challenge is about finding balance and rediscovering the joy of real-world interactions. Think of it as a digital diet. We're cutting the empty calories of mindless scrolling and adding in the protein-packed goodness of genuine human connection. Ready to press the reset button on your digital life? Let's dive into our 7-day challenge. All right, day 1. We're starting with the digital equivalent of a sugar detox. We're cutting off those sweet notifications. Did you know that the average person checks their phone 96 times a day? That's once every 10 minutes. Today, we're breaking that habit. Your mission: turn off all non-essential notifications. Yes, even that game that keeps telling you your crops are ready. Trust me, your virtual farm will survive without you for a day. Pro tip: out of sight, out of mind. Try putting your phone in a drawer or another room when you're not using it. Now, pay attention to how this small change affects your day. Do you feel less distracted? More present? Maybe you'll notice things you've been missing, like your dog's pleading eyes saying, "Hey, remember me?" The one you used to take on walks before you got addicted to that bird app. Remember, this isn't about depriving yourself. It's about reclaiming your attention and redirecting it to the real world around you. So go ahead, silence those notifications, and let's see what happens when we turn down the digital noise. Welcome to day 2, Digital Detoxers. Today, we're taking it up a notch. We're going to choose a 2-hour period and go completely off the grid. That's right. We're talking airplane mode, people. Now, I can almost hear your phone separation anxiety kicking in. But did you know that studies show even the mere presence of a phone can decrease your cognitive capacity? It's true. Your phone is literally making you dumber just by being there. So let's give our brains a break, shall we? Your challenge: choose a 2-hour window and go completely device-free. Use this time to engage in a face-to-face activity with someone. Have a coffee with a friend, go for a walk in the park, or cook a meal together. Here's a fun idea. Try the phone stack game if you're with a group. Everyone puts their phones in the center of the table, and the first person to reach for their phone has to pay for the coffee or do the dishes. Remember, the goal is to remind ourselves that life existed before we had the internet in our pockets. And spoiler alert, it was pretty awesome. So choose your 2 hours wisely, put your devices away, and rediscover the joy of undivided attention and real-world experiences. Day 3, and we're getting old school. Today, we're bringing back the lost art of letter writing. That's right. We're talking pen, paper, and maybe even a stamp if you're feeling fancy. Did you know that writing by hand stimulates brain cells and activates regions associated with memory and emotion? It's like CrossFit for your brain, but without the need for those weird-looking shoes. Your challenge: write a physical letter to someone you care about. Express your appreciation for them and share something meaningful about your life. And no, a text message with a paper airplane emoji doesn't count. We're talking real ink on real paper here, folks. Bonus challenge: try writing in cursive. It's like hieroglyphics for millennials. Pro tip: can't think of what to write? Start with a memory you share with the person. It's a great way to reconnect and remind both of you of the bond you share. So channel your inner Jane Austen, grab that pen, and let's make the postman's day a little more interesting. Halfway through our challenge, and it's time to tackle one of the most sacred modern rituals: mealtime. Did you know that 88% of people use their phones while eating? That's right. We're so busy documenting our food, we forget to actually taste it. Today, your mission is to have at least one completely phone-free meal. I know, the horror. How will people know you're eating if you don't post about it? If you're eating with others, use this as an opportunity to have a deep, meaningful conversation. Here's a fun game. Everyone puts their phone in the center of the table. The first person to touch their phone has to do the dishes. If you're dining solo, try some mindful eating. Actually taste your food. Appreciate the flavors, textures, and the effort that went into preparing it. You might be surprised at how satisfying a meal can be when you're not scrolling through your feed at the same time. Remember, a phone-free meal isn't just about better digestion, it's about nourishing your relationships and your soul. Bon appetit. We're on day 5, and it's time to upgrade your social network in real life. Today's challenge is to reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while and make plans to meet in person. It could be an old friend, a distant relative, or that cool coworker who left for another job. Did you know that strong social connections can lower anxiety and depression, help us regulate our emotions, lead to higher self-esteem and empathy, and actually improve our immune systems? That's right, friends are literally good for your health. Now I know what you're thinking. But what if it's awkward? Well, here's a secret. Real-life interactions are sometimes awkward, and that's okay. Embrace the awkward silences, the fumbled words, the nervous laughter. That's what makes us human, after all. Pro tip, stuck for conversation starters. Try asking about their passions, recent adventures, or the last great book they read. Or you could always talk about this crazy digital detox challenge you're doing. So go ahead, send that text, make that call, and set up that coffee date. Your real-world social network is waiting to be updated. Welcome to Day 6, Detox Champions. Today, we're challenging you to engage in a hobby or activity you enjoy. But here's the twist. Do it completely tech-free. That's right. No tutorial videos. No progress tracking apps. Just good old-fashioned analog fun. Did you know that hobbies can reduce stress, boost your mood, and even lower your heart rate? It's like meditation, but more fun. Whether it's reading a physical book, painting, gardening, or playing an instrument, immerse yourself fully in the activity without any digital distractions. If possible, invite someone to join you. Share your passion, teach them something new, or learn together. Can't think of a hobby? Here's a crazy idea. Try boredom. That's right. Studies show that boredom can increase creativity and problem-solving skills. So stare out a window, lie in the grass, or watch clouds go by. Your brain will thank you. The goal here is to remind ourselves that hobbies aren't just about posting the perfect Instagram picture. They're about joy, creativity, and sometimes shared experiences. So unleash your inner artist, musician, or cloud watcher, and let's get hobbying. Can you believe it? We've made it to the final day of our challenge, and we're going out with a bang. Today, we're asking you to do something truly revolutionary in our digital age. Talk to a stranger. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to strike up a conversation with someone you don't know. It could be someone in line at the coffee shop, a neighbor you've never met, or that person at the dog park who always has the cutest puppy. Now, I know this might sound scarier than a phone with one battery, but remember, before social media, this is how people used to meet. Crazy, right? Here's a fun fact to motivate you. Studies show that people who talk to strangers are happier than those who don't. That's right. That random conversation about the weather could be your ticket to joy. The key here is to practice active listening and genuine curiosity. Ask questions, show interest, and who knows? You might make a new friend, or at the very least have an interesting story to tell. Pro tip. If the conversation lags, you can always fall back on talking about this crazy digital detox challenge you're doing. That should be good for at least 5 minutes of conversation. Congratulations, digital detoxers. You've made it through all 7 days of our challenge. Give yourselves a big pat on the back, but not a Facebook like. That would be cheating throughout this week. You've experienced a variety of ways to foster real-life connections and reduce digital dependence. You've silenced notifications, taken tech breaks, written letters, had phone-free meals, rekindled old friendships, enjoyed tech-free hobbies, and even talked to strangers. Now, take a moment to reflect on how these changes have affected your mood, energy levels, and sense of connection. You might be surprised at the positive impact even small changes can have. Remember, this challenge isn't about perfection. If you slipped up here and there, don't beat yourself up. It's about progress, not perfection. The goal was to become more aware of our digital habits and to rediscover the joy of real-world connections. As you move forward, consider which strategies worked best for you. Maybe you love the phone-free meals, or perhaps the tech-free hobby time was a game-changer. Feel free to incorporate these into your daily life moving forward. Remember, technology is a tool, not a lifestyle. By finding balance and prioritizing real-life connections, we can enjoy the best of both worlds, the convenience of the digital age and the irreplaceable warmth of human connection. So here's to fewer likes and more love, less scrolling and more strolling, fewer emojis and more emotions. Thank you for joining me on this digital detox journey. Now go out there and connect in real life.